Yo, what is up, guys? It is Nick of the Notorious Fantasy back at today with another fantasy football video. In today's video, I got you guys the Week 15 wide receiver start or sit decisions. Now, before I get into this wide receiver video, I'd like to give you guys a word from my friends and my sponsor over at OverlayDFS.com. OverlayDFS.com is my favorite way to play daily fantasy sports. Now, obviously, on the website, they have NFL, mainly what I cover, but they also have NBA as well, so you can get your fix for both NBA and NFL on OverlayDFS.com. Now, obviously, I'm going to be talking about the NFL here. My favorite game to play is the progressive game mode. Now, they have entries at all price points, $2.5, $22, or $109. Now, the cool thing here is what progressive means. There's that beautiful progressive bonus. If you hit 12 and 0, you will cash that progressive bonus. And the $22 game, you would cash a progressive bonus of over $10,000. Now, obviously, on Sunday, it is going to be even higher than that. I'm recording this on Tuesday. It is going to be even higher at that time when it comes to hit Sunday. So make sure you check that out. Now, the way that the game works, it is very simple. If you hit the top 10% of players, you win 9 times your buy-in. It is that simple. And the way I'm going to show you how it works, it is so simple. All you got to do is make 12 picks plus 3 alternate picks in case one of your players ends up getting hurt or something happens that causes the matchup to be voided. It is so simple. It is player versus player. Pat Mahomes versus Denver, or do you think Jimmy Garoppolo will do better versus the Atlanta Falcons? It is so simple. To me, that is obviously Pat Mahomes, but there's so many matchups here. Over 30 plus matchups that you could choose from there, different every single week, and it is so easy to do. Pretty much you're not even really playing against everyone. It's just you versus the cutoff to see if you can hit that top 10% and win 9 times your buy-in. So make sure to check out OverlayDFS.com, link down below in the description. And we are back. Make sure to check out OverlayDFS.com, link down below in the description. Let's get right into the Thursday night game. Jets at the Baltimore Ravens. Now I'm going to be starting up Robbie Anders in this game. Obviously, fucking Robbie Anderson. I spelled his name wrong. But it's if you're crazy, if you're feeling a bit loco, a bit crazy, a bit insane in the membrane, as they like to say in the 90s, I would play Robbie Anderson. Now, Robbie Anderson and Sammy Mono have this love connection. Jamison Crowder, like that meme, has been canceled. He's the fuck out of there. Jamison Crowder ain't doing shit. It's all Robbie A. Now, I believe that Robbie Anderson could have a good game in this game, but against the Baltimore Ravens defense, I would definitely temper my expectations in this game, and he's definitely much more of a flex option, nowhere near a wide receiver 1 or 2 for your fantasy team. And I'm going to be sitting down Jamison Crowder. Like I said, I really just do not believe in him. He is just not that guy on the jumbo Jets that he used to be the last earlier in the season. Now, I'm going to also be sitting down Hollywood Brown because even though Lamar Jackson is healthy, I think this is going to be just a run-heavy affair, and I'm not sure that Hollywood Brown gets too much work in this game to warrant him being a guy that you would really want to be starting in this game. Now into the Sunday slate. First game here, Bears at the Packers. I am going to be starting up Davante Adams in this game for the Green Bay Packers. Now, obviously, Davante Adams had a huge game 2 weeks ago, and last week he kind of shit the bed for you. Obviously, not a completely terrible game. It's not like he put up a goose egg for you, but around 8 to 9 PPR points just really is not all that hot for your fantasy team. So I believe that this week he has a bounce-back game going up against the Chicago Bears. Now, I'm also going to be starting up Allen Robinson. Now, Kiss and Titties Trubisky has been on fire, both in the bedroom and on the field. Kiss and Titties Trubisky loves feeding the ball to Allen Robinson, and Allen Robinson has been on fire. So I believe you keep feeding the flame and keep playing Allen Robinson in this game up against the Green Bay Packers. Now, you can also start Anthony Miller. He's much more of an in this game because the Green Bay Packers defense is actually quite good against the wide receiver core, but at the end of the day, Anthony Miller, Trubisky, and Robinson are all on fire, so I would continue to ride the flame and start all of those guys, Allen Robinson and Anthony Miller. Now, I'm going to be sitting down Allen Lazard and friends. Now, obviously, if they were playing not the Bears, Allen Lazard could potentially be a start, but even then, I don't really trust Allen Lazard, MVS, or Geronimo Allison for any of those guys to do anything, and it's such a big gamble with any of those guys. Any of them could really find the end zone any given week, so that really just does not put any clarity in my mind on which one to start, so you're going to be able to sit them all. Next game here, we got the Patriots at the Bengals. A bit of Spygate action in this game, but I'm going to be starting up Julian Edelman in this game. Clearly, Tom Brady hates all the other wide receivers on the team, but all the other wide receivers can't hold on to the fucking rock. So Julian Edelman is just going to be getting force-fed in this game up against the Cincinnati Bengals, a game and a matchup that he could easily put up a huge fucking game in, and I predict a skull fucking from my main man Julian Edelman in this game. Now Tyler Boyd is also a start, but you have to worry about the fact that Stephon Gilmore may just clamp his ass right down. Obviously, if Tyler Boyd's all you got, you're going to have to start him. He does have good talent, and he may not get shadowed by Mr. Stephon Gilmore, but if it does happen, he could get his ass locked down, and you might see a goose egg from Tyler Boyd this week, so he's definitely much more of a risk in comparison to the other last couple of weeks. Now, I'm going to be sitting down Mohamed Sanu and friends for the Patriots. Obviously, none of those guys are reliable at all. Tom Brady is pissed off at all those guys. He hates them all. He can't get them to do shit, so I would not trust any of those guys this week, even up against a trash-ass Bengals defense. Now, I'm also going to be sitting down John Ross, the sauce boss, in this game. He made his triumphant return last week, and it was not so triumphant. It was just not a great game. Obviously, he's fast as fuck, the fastest man on earth, but it does not matter because against this Patriots defense, I really do not think he's going to be getting it done, even with the Red Rocket, Andy Dalton. Next game here, we got the Seattle Seahawks at the Carolina Panthers. Now, if you guys have enjoyed the video thus far, please, please, please make sure to click that subscribe button down below. It would really mean a whole lot to me. Now, I'm going to be starting up DJ Moore in this game for the Panthers. Obviously, DJ Moore has been red hot the last, I don't even know, it's been like 5 or 6 weeks now, just on fucking fire, killing it. A top 10 wide receiver for sure this week, and that would obviously warrant a start. Now, Tyler Lockett last week played a bit better, and I am a bit worried about Tyler Lockett because he just really hasn't been doing much after he got hurt, and now he's been sick and all that, so I don't really trust him, even up against this trash-ass Panthers defense, but it is going to be hard to sit Tyler Lockett for some of those other guys, so he's a start, but he's not really a, like, locked and loaded must-start type of candidate type of guy, if you can get what I mean. Now, I'm also going to be starting up DK Metcalf in this game. Now, obviously, DK Metcalf is not a wide receiver 1, a wide receiver 2. He's much more of a flex option, especially in a deeper type of league. Even up against this Carolina Panthers defense, I'm just not sure that they are passing heavy on this team. They may just run the rock out on the Panthers if they get up super early. I'm going to be sitting down Curtis Samuel in this game. I just do not trust Curtis Samuel. Clearly, Kyle Allen really likes to feed the ball to one man and one man only, and his name is DJ Moore, as well as Christian McCaffrey. Next game here, we got the Texans at the Tennessee Titans. Now, last week, there was only 10 that I saw was A.J. Brown. A.J. Brown was getting force-fed by Ryan Tannehill, the MVP of the league. Now, Tannehill and A.J. Brown have some type of love affair like Sam Darnold has with getting mono. It was just beautiful. And A.J. Brown is going to be in for another big matchup this week. Now, honestly, if you look at the numbers, he has a good game, and then he has a bad game, and then he has a good game, and then he has a bad game. So right now, he is in for a bad game, but I still would start him this week against the up against the Houston Texans. He's obviously on the Tennessee Titans, and obviously you're going to be starting up D-Hop in this game. DeAndre Hopkins is a must-start every single week, and I'm going to be honest with you guys, this Texans offense does not look good without one man, and his name is Will Fuller. When Will Fuller is in there getting snaps and being on the field catching passes, this offense just looks unstoppable. But recently with Will Fuller being out, they just have not looked all that hot. So if Will Fuller plays, I like DeAndre Hopkins even more, but even with D-Hop just being out there, I still like him this week, and he's obviously impossible to bench. I'll be sitting down Corey Davis, the worst fucking wide receiver in the NFL. I hate Corey Davis. You guys know that. If you are obviously new, you probably don't know that. Please make sure to click that subscribe button down below. But if you've been watching for a while, you know I just don't like Corey Davis. I just really don't believe he has the talent. And this week up against the Houston Texans, and with A.J. Brown, A.J. Brown becoming so good and being such a guy that Tannehill likes to target, I do not trust Corey Davis at all. I'm going to be sitting down Kenny Snills, and I'm going to be sitting down Will Fuller because I really just don't believe Will Fuller plays this week. Next game here, we got the Dolphins at the New York Giants. Last week, the Dolphins kicked about 9,000 field goals and still could not beat the New York Jets. This week, they get the other New York team in New York yet again, or in New Jersey, I should say, in the Meadowlands, up against the Giants. Now, I believe that in this game, there are a couple of guys you could play. Devontae Parker, if he's healthy, if he passes that concussion protocol, play him. Obviously, he's been he's Ryan Fitzpatrick's favorite fucking target on the field. Devontae Parker has been dominating the last couple of games. Obviously, last game did not put up all that much points due to the fact that he was hurt. He was in the concussion protocol, or he's got a fucking concussion. There's nothing much you could do when you get smacked out of the game. I like Allen Hurns. If Parker misses, he's really one of the only guys that is still alive on that Dolphins roster, and Allen Hurns has been playing quite well sneakily the last couple of games, and if you need a good solid 10 points, I see no reason why you could not play Allen Hurns this week at the Giants. I'm going to be starting up Sterling Shepard for the Giants. Now, obviously, last week, Darius Slayton just ran a train on that Philadelphia Eagles defense, so Sterling Shepard kind of took a backseat to him. But in this game, I think that Sterling Shepard plays much better. Now, Darius Slayton, he's got the and I know what you might be thinking. Nick, you fucking idiot. Darius Slayton last week scored 2 touchdowns. He scored like a 90-yard touchdown. He was looking like a fucking god. Eli Manning and him are best friends. What the fuck is wrong with you? Darius Slayton's going to be amazing, and you may think that. Go ahead and start him. I still think he's a start-worthy guy, but I would be a bit cautious on the fact that he was so on fire last week that he may step down. I'll be sitting down Golden Tate on this game. I just do not trust him with Shepard and Slayton looking so good the last couple of games. Next game here, we got the Eagles at the Washington Redskins. Now, the Eagles obviously made a comeback last week going up against the New York Giants, a game they should have easily been able to win, but they ended up making a miracle in overtime, a pass to Zach Ertz, and really Zach Ertz is the only fucking wide receiver, not really a wide receiver, the only fucking pass-catching option available on that team, so I'm just going to be sitting down all of the Eagles wide receivers because all of them are pretty much dead, and Nelson Aguilar has no fucking hands. He is just bricks for hands or feet for hands. I don't know what he has because he just cannot hold onto the ball. Now we're starting up Terry McLaurin in this game. The Eagles do have a really good run defense, but their pass defense is suspect at best. I think Terry McLaurin could have a great game, but obviously you have to worry about the fact that the Redskins O-line is just fucking terrible. Terry McLaurin reached back like 1-3 and made a great catch in the end zone last week up against the Green Bay Packers. So Terry McLaurin obviously has that amazing talent, but the team around him is not as hot. So that's why he's got the and next to him because he is very risky due to the fact that the Redskins are just not that good. Next game here, we got the Broncos at the Chiefs. Horsecock Drew Lock versus Showtime Mahomes. Now, obviously, you're going to be starting up Tyreek the Freak Hill in this game. It is almost impossible to bench him last week up against the New England Patriots. He kind of got shut down a bit, did not have a humongous game, but this week he gets the Broncos, a defense that could get gashed, and I think Tyreek Hill plays huge in this game at home in Kansas City. Cortland Sutton is obviously, him and Horsecock Drew Lock have a great connection. I think that Cortland Sutton will put up yet another big game this week up against the Kansas City Chiefs. I'm going to be sitting down Sammy Watkins in this game. Obviously, the fact is, besides Tyreek Hill, there's too many guys on the team, too many mouths to feed. Sammy Watkins, Demarcus Robinson, Cole Hardman, too many guys on that team, really, for anyone to really stand out there, besides Tyreek the Freak Hill. Next game here, we got the Tampa Bay Buccaneers at the Detroit Lions. Obviously, big shout out, rest in peace to Marvin Jones, rest in peace to Mike Evans. They have blessed our fantasy lineups thus far this season, especially Mike Evans, and he got hurt with the hammy, out for the season. Same thing out for Marvin Jones for the rest of the seasons. But obviously, that's going to bode well for one man on the Buccaneers, and his name is Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin is going to be getting force-fed like it's his fucking job. He's going to be opening his mouth to catch 9,000 footballs in this game. I love him up against a terrible Detroit Lions defense this week. I'm going to be starting Kenny Golladay as well in this game. The Tampa Bay Buccaneers do have a great run defense, but their pass defense is a bit suspect. Kind of the Buccaneers, the Lions, the Buccaneers defense much worse against the pass. They're kind of both not that hot against the pass. Buccaneers really good against the run. I think Kenny Golladay is going to get a bit loose in this game, and I like him going up against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Now, if you're in a super deep league, you lost Mr. Mike Evans, I'd prefer to go with Brashad Perriman. Obviously, a okay option this week. Justin Watson, more of a dice roll. You fucking roll the dice, you throw it at the wall. Justin Watson's either going to score you 0 or like 15. You better hope to the fantasy football gods. Please, fantasy gods, let Justin Watson score this week if you end up with him on your lineup. Next game here, we got the Browns at the Arizona Cardinals. Now, I'm going to be starting up Odell Beckham Jr., but he's got the with about 1,000 H's because I'm just so confused about Odell Beckham. Odell Beckham has touched my no-no square one too many times in a row for fantasy football. He's had all these juicy matchups the last couple of weeks, and he has shit the bed so many fucking times. And even up against this Arizona Cardinals defense, I would be scared to start him. I'm going to start him if I had him, but I would be so fucking nervous that even up against a terrible Arizona Cardinals defense that he will underperform immensely. Jarvis Landry, obviously a guy that you're going to want to start. Odell Beckham has looked like shit. Jarvis has been on fire. Now, Christian Kirk has actually looked quite good, even though the Cardinals offense has really not looked all that hot the last couple of games, so I think that Christian Kirk will obviously have a good game this week up against the Cleveland Browns. Obviously going to be sitting down old man Larry Fitzgerald. He really has not done all that much since the beginning of the season. Next game here, we we got the Jacksonville Jaguars at the Oakland Raiders. And I'm going to be starting up D.D. Westbrook in this game. Big rip to DJ Chark. Baby Chark, do, baby Chark. I doubt he gets the start in this game, so we're going to knock one time for D.D. Westbrook starting in our lineup. I'm going to be sitting down T. Willie. Tyrell Williams really has not done shit the last couple of games. This Raiders offense just has looked fucking terrible and putrid, so I don't really want anything to do with T. Willie. And I'm going to be sitting down Chris Connolly as well. I really only trust D.D. Westbrook on this Jacksonville Jaguars team. Next game here, we got the Vikings at the LA Superchargers. And we start up Keenan Allen in this game. Keenan Allen has actually been getting a lot better since the beginning of the season. He really didn't do shit. And then Mr. 12 Kids, Phillip Rivers, has kind of started to force feed him a bit more. And Keenan Allen has looked a bit better. I would start him even up against a tougher Minnesota Vikings defense. Stephon Diggs, on the other hand, with Adam Thielen being out, I do worry a bit for Stephon Diggs because I like him more when Adam Thielen is in. But at the end of the day, this Vikings offense will be feeding the ball to Stephon Diggs to beat the LA Chargers. And I think Stephon Diggs has another pretty okay game this week against the LA Chargers. It would be very hard to sit him down on the bench, especially after the Chargers defense just really is not all that good. And they just let Drew Horsecock Lock throw a bunch of tutties all over him. So I'm going to be sitting down Mike Williams in this game. While if you're in a deeper type of league, Mike Williams could be great. He definitely has that touchdown upside, but I just would not trust him a whole lot this week. And I'm sitting down Adam Thielen due to the fact that I really just do not believe he is going to get the start and play on Sunday. Next game here, we got the LA Rams at the Dallas Cowboys. There's a lot of wide receivers to be starting in this game. Cooper Kupp has really been a disappointment the last couple of weeks, really scoring under 15 points pretty much every single game in the last 5. And on the other hand, Robert Woods has been on fucking fire the last 2 games, balling out of control, fucking all of these hoses, Drake would say. Just absolutely skull fucking defenses. I really believe Robert Woods is going to be a great start this week yet again against the Dallas Cowboys. I would have Cooper Kupp ranked higher, but Robert Woods has really been Jared Goff's favorite target the last couple of weeks. Amari Cooper, obviously, when he's healthy, when he's playing, you throw him in your lineup, even if the Dallas Cowboys offense looks kind of dysfunctional. I'm still going to be starting up Michael Gallup as well. I like him this week up against the LA Rams, especially since he won't be getting that Jalen Ramsey treatment. That's obviously going to be hurting Amari Cooper a bit. I'm going to be sitting down Brandon Cooks because he put up a goose egg last week. He's not really a part of this Rams offense. It's really just the Cooper Kupp and Robert Woods show. Next game here, we got the Falcons at the 49ers. I'm going to be starting up Julio Jones in this game. He obviously started last week, really did not do all that much in this game. And up against the 49ers, he'll be facing up against another tough defense. But it's going to be hard to sit Julio Jones in this matchup when you know his floor is like 10 fucking points. So the worst you're going to be getting is 10 points. You still have potential to be scoring like 30 points in this game because the 49ers defense last week let Drew Brees score at will. Obviously, last week, Emmanuel Sanders shoved his dick straight down the New Orleans Saints defense throat, and I believe Emmanuel Sanders will be in for yet another big game this week against the Atlanta Falcons. Deebo Samuel as well should be in for a big game this week. The Atlanta Falcons defense does not look all that hot. I am going to be sitting down Russell Gage in this game, even though Calvin Ridley is going to be missing out for the season. Rest in peace, Calvin Ridley. Next game here, we got the Sunday Night Football matchup between the Bills at the Pittsburgh Steelers. I'm going to be starting up John Brown in this matchup. Now, I know John Brown really disappointed bigly last week. Now, obviously, that was a tough matchup against the Ravens. He gets another tough matchup this week up against the Steelers, so I would temper my expectations on John Brown this week, but he's still a start. To me, I'm going to be sitting down Cole Beasley, James Washington, Deontay Johnson, Juju Smith-Schuster, all 3 of those Steelers wide receivers. I just do not trust any of them. Juju, you cannot trust him. He hasn't done shit, even if he's coming back this week. James Washington did shit last week. It was really the Deontay Johnson show, so if Juju's out, I would probably put my eggs in the basket of Deontay Johnson, but Juju's likely going to play, so I would not be able to trust all 3 of them. And Cole Beasley is a sit because I just don't really want to start him up against this tougher type of Steelers defense. A guy that's probably only going to score you 8 points in this game. Final game here, the Monday Night Football Colts at the New Orleans Saints. Now, I'm obviously going to be starting up Michael Thomas in this game. He's a lock to throw in your lineup. You obviously knew that you were going to play him regardless. Zach Pascal, T.Y. Hilton likely not going to play. T.Y. Hilton fucking sorry ass. Probably not going to play the rest of the season. Zach Pascal putting in work last week. Obviously, I did not trust him because he really hasn't done shit until last week. But if you're riding off of last week, you can go ahead and start him. I would definitely be a bit worried about it, though, this week, even up against a not-so-hot Saints defense. So thank you guys all for watching this video. If at any point you ended up enjoying, please make sure to click that subscribe button down below. I love each and every single one of you guys. Make sure to check out overlaydfs.com down below. Goodbye, my friends. I love you all.